out of here, boy. The following content may contain truths that may or may not but hurt the audience. If the shoe fits, word I say, viewer discretion is advised.
Activision's favorite scapegoat, Ricochet, had a statement to make with this tweet, making it clear to everyone, and by everyone, I mean the cheaters. It's pretty clear how serious Ricochet is when they are stressing the use of TPM 2.0 in secure boot. Like a parent telling their children to eat their veggies, or they'll die young, or 8 thoughts. Ghost of 8? The trash can? Anyways, saying that he has a golden cock, but in reality is more like copper. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
The thing is, we all want a cheater-infested free game, but in reality, I just don't see that happening. One thing is attacking and saying that Ricochet can't catch cheaters 100% of the time, and another thing is saying that Ricochet just can't perform like an anti-cheat. And guess what? Both are contradictions. The fact is, Ricochet is just there to take the heat off Activision for not doing their part to improve the consistent problems that make playing Call of Duty unenjoyable. But hey, we can always count on these glazing streamers to keep us entertained with all their annoying complaints about the game. But in reality, everything input into the game were all their suggestions. Unpopular takes are always described and defined as rage bait because people don't know what to make of it. They can't come up with their own conclusions or say anything different about what they think or know about a situation. But my opinions are always unpopular because I always state what's in front of me and I use logic. And logic dictates that when Black Ops 7 drops, it's gonna have a good launch. But it also will have a lot of people already complaining, already saying, oh, we need these changes, because they refused to understand the mechanics and what the game is bringing. And it always happens. People will always have a take. People will always find something wrong with the game, specifically with Call of Duty. Why is that? Well, because Activision made sure they're always public enemy number 1. And when you're public enemy number 1, you're always gonna be the subject of everybody's wrath. Whether you drop a great game and Black Ops 7 becomes the greatest game of all time in Call of Duty history, people will always find something wrong with the game because of Activision. And yes, I get it. When are we gonna give Activision a break? And that is, well, never. Listen, I'm gonna be quite honest. And what I'm about to say might sound a little crazy, but the fact that Ricochet is stressing the TPM 2.0 secure boot and even made a how-to video for PCs if they weren't sure how to set it up correctly, we might be seeing something internal here with Ricochet. We just might, because it sounds to me they want to make sure that everybody knows it's not on them, it's on you. And if something else happens where a cheap provider just happens to find their way through that, then they did their part to make sure they were catching them and taking care and removing these cheaters. But if something internal was really happening, can you truly blame Ricochet or Activision? Because at the end of the day, Ricochet responds and answers to Activision. Activision is running the show. So who would be at fault if there was another breach like Black Ops 6 before their launch, where the servers were hacked and then the floodgates were open with all these cheaters and cheat providers? I'm just stating a scenario. I'm not confirming this is a fact, but it could happen. You saw it with Battlefield 6. There was cheaters, not a lot, but enough to get the attention of their anti-cheat. These are just hypotheticals, just scenarios of potential things that could happen during the launch of Black Ops 7. Now let's knock on wood and pray to God that none of these things happen. But we keep forgetting that the cheating problem hasn't been fixed. So that one thing we can bank on. And if Battlefield 6 was any indication, that this will also happen with Ricochet, where you get some really good coder to breach through the servers and reverse the whole anti-cheat thing. It could happen. It could happen. If it did with Javelin, EA's anti-cheat for Battlefield, shoot, it could definitely happen with Ricochet. So I'm just throwing scenarios and hypotheticals that could happen during launch. But the real question is, how would you guys feel about this? Will this alter the way you see the game on release? Will you still play the game? Because these issues will always be a thing until they eradicate the whole cheating problem with Call of Duty. Call of Duty has seen an infestation of cheating for a long time, and it's gotten worse over the last 5 titles. Let's just be honest. And to be quite frank with you, it could be a tipping point. Now, again, all these Call of Duty streaming glazers will have you believe Black Ops 7 is the greatest game of all time, or the greatest Black Ops ever. It could be. I can pre-tell otherwise, but only launch will determine that. When the game launches on the 14th, that's when we know for sure. That first month is critical, and let's knock on wood. But I'm gonna leave it up to you guys to decide this. Will you be playing Black Ops 7 when it comes out? Or are you gonna stay playing Battlefield 6? Or both? Let me know down in the comment section, guys. And I'm your boy Antican. You know what to do. And as always, ladies and gents, thank you. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Because let's be honest, this mother is super desperate, and he has nobody. So please, at this mother. Thank you.